Okay, we're going through a little January thaw here in upstate New York. Uh, I'm not as adventurous as most, so taking a little pause here, waiting for things to tighten back up, and I figure I'd do a little video on what I use as far as a tip-up setup. First thing I got here is it's a Cabela's rod bag, actually. I use this to carry my tip-ups. And it's been working very well for me. It's got a little pocket, well, a large pocket here for accessories, a smaller pocket over here for accessories, and even a smaller one over here for accessories. Got a pair of straps. You can carry it like this. You could actually carry it like a backpack too, which I never have. I go out with this, it's going to be on a sled. But I figure I'd go over a few of the contents in here, things that I came up with to keep it organized. First pocket, I have accessories in here. And open this right on up. Okay. In this first pocket, I have gaff. Never have used it yet, but you never know. Excuse me. Got a hook remover. That can come in handy. Keep some extra leader line there. A couple of store-bought strike rigs here. And also I have this here. It's a lanyard that I came up with. Here's the lanyard I came up with. I just put it over my neck and it hangs there. I find myself walking around, either I'll run to again, I don't run. Again, I don't run to tip-ups. I walk to a tip-up. It's an age thing, I guess. But, yeah. If I go to a flag and I'm out there somewhere, or a lot of times I forget things, I have these items on a lanyard. That way, at least I got the basics to get me through the first initial job at the flag. Got nippers here, jaw spreader, forceps, and again, a pair of scissors. This again, I wear this underneath my coat, and it's rarely I even know I have it on until I need it, and then I'm glad I have it right with me. Now, the other accessory pockets, I keep other items that I may need from time to time. Also, when I use tip-ups, I'm going to be most likely out on my sled, and I've already driven at least an hour away, so I want to make sure I got certain things with me. Okay, the first compartment, got a lot of miscellaneous stuff in here. I got some beads, some smaller hooks, blades, different types of swivels. I picked up a few parts, spare parts for the tip-ups, just in case there's a problem. I want to get back in operation as soon as possible. A few extra sounders. Even though I use my flasher a lot, I still use these from time to time. And always an extra pair of nail clippers. This side over here, again, just some miscellaneous stuff. Got all variety of hooks here, weights, swivels, extra blade there. Just stuff just in case. Also a couple extra pieces of spools of line here for leader material. And over here, basically it's just extra leaders for tip-ups. These are pretty much for pike and tigers. A couple I made myself and a few store-bought ones. But I got a couple extra one of them on hand. Now, the other remaining compartments, the main compartments in the middle, is where I keep my tip-ups. And again, our regulations where I live in New York, you were allowed 5 tip-ups. Now, they changed it, you're allowed 7 lines. And that doesn't matter if it's a tip down, tip up, or rod. You're allowed those 7 lines. I still go with the 5 tip-ups. I primarily jig fish. Only about 10% of the time I'll go for pike and tigers or lakers, so I'll use these, and I'll also jig along with it. And my other rod is generally a dead stick. But again, here's my compartments. This compartment here, I have 2 tip-ups in there. Plenty of room. Don't overcrowd it. Don't like tangles and mess. The other one the same way. I have 2 tip-ups there. And my 5th tip-up is in this compartment right over here. And also in this, I have a rigger. It's a Lindy Rigger Extreme. And I made one of these clear, plastic things to protect the hooks and keep things from getting tangled up. Now, these riggers here, again, you keep spare leaders all set and ready to go. I use snaps a lot of times, not always, but a lot of times I have them, and I just snap them right on the existing swivel that's there, and I'm back in operation within minutes. And inside, you have these compartments here. Got a variety of hooks and weights in there, and the top has swivels, extra swivels up there. It's actually, I like this setup pretty good. Now I got 3 of these riggers here, and this one here happens to be set up for walleye and laker, but right now primarily for walleye. And I also have other riggers. This one here is set up for tigers and pike, and I got another one miscellaneous that's just basically for pickerel, bass, perch, just a local thing, put it all together. Well, I figure I'd go over my tip-ups a little bit. I used the Heritage Lakers. Basically, I gave it a paint job, used the black and hot pink. Makes it more visible to me and to snowmobilers during the day. The very top is reflective tape right here. It's good for me to find the tip up at night. Also, maybe alert a snowmobiler come by. Now my reels, I had put duct tape on there, so when I walk up to it, I look in the hole, I could see it spin. This was very difficult to see. So just recently I put on some shrink wrap around the reel knob, and that I'll be able to see moving, so I can tell right away. Now, to secure the line, I use Velcro strap. Also, for trebles, I use a hook guard on there. Works well for me. Also, I have my name and address on there. These are my trap tags. It's not required anymore in New York. You don't need your name and address on your tip-ups. But I'm leaving mine there. I had it like this. It's not so visible to peering eyes that spying on you or whatever. But if I lose one or something happens, for God forbid, it'll get back to me. Well, this is basically what I came up with. And I usually carry this on my snowmobile, or I have a little sled that's usually in tow. Has a cover for it, keeps everything organized, dry. And I use my snowmobile. I have a GPS on it and Nivonics. If I know an area, I know what depth the fish are generally found at that time of year or whatever, I'll trace along the contour, usually an inside turn or whatever, and along that snowmobile trail, I'll cut my holes along there. Other places, sometimes I'll go from shallow water to deep water and just kind of basically see what works. But again, I trace it out with the snowmobile. I'll drill the holes as I go along. My auger's right on the snowmobile. And then once I park the snowmobile, it allows the area to settle down, get quiet, and then I'll take my little sled back and set each tip up at each spot as I go along. But that's basically about it. I hope this helps somebody. But I figure I'd just share how I do it, what works for me, how I keep things organized. And thank you for watching. Okay, I forgot to tell you about my other tip-ups that I have. I got a couple polar type tip-ups. These tip-ups are basically right along in my ice shanty. I have a little clam fish trap, so these will always be in the tub, and I'm out fishing, I can set one up whenever I feel like it. But also I forgot to mention is for a marker on my heritages, I use a button. That way, whatever depth if the fish takes out the line, I can wind it right back up to that button and I can maintain the same depth. But on these polars here, you can see right here, I use a slip knot. It's on there, works really well. I actually like that a lot, but I just figure I'd also mention my polars that I have that I use from time to time. Again, thanks for watching. Okay, while putting together the video on my tip-up setup, I realized I got a little, maybe not clear on exactly what the rules were. I don't want to be responsible for getting anybody into trouble. So I'm now going to suggest that everybody read the New York Freshwater Fishing Official Regulations Guide. Read it in its entirety, understand the rules and regulations of New York State. Okay, now I did comment on the number of lines, so what I will do is read right out of this guide. And it says right here on page number 51, no more than 7 ice fishing lines may be used except noted in border waters, Lake Champlain, or special regulations by county. Alright, so I got a little tongue-tied there. 7, no more than 7 ice fishing lines. Then, what is an ice fishing line? I go to page 54 under definitions. Ice fishing lines means any device used for fishing through the ice, including but not limited to hand line, tip up, tip down, etc. So there's just a little something there to clarify what I was saying. But again, I'm going to suggest that you read this official regulation guide in its entirety and understand and know them. Okay, I just want to add one more thing. My primary goal for how I approach fishing is to have fun. I enjoy fishing. Fishing makes me feel young again. It re-energizes my batteries. I never had a bad day on the ice. Never had a bad day on any body of water. Any day of fishing. I love it. So, just to make sure I stay within the rules and regulations, I just want to show you what I do also. Here's my flasher. And in the side pocket of my flasher, I always carry garbage bags because I always got to pick up trash. And I always do every time. I try to leave everything better than I found it. So that's another thing. But what I'm here for is to show you in the side pocket of my flasher, I have flashcards. Very appropriate for my flasher. Basically, I fish many different bodies of water. Rules and regulations differ from lake to lake. So I stay within the law. So a lake trout at a Stego Lake, the creel limit and the size limit will differ than on Fourth Lake. A walleye can be very confusing. You go from I fish many different bodies of water that have walleye in it, and each area may have a different creel limit and size limit. So I bring flashcards just to keep me within the law and regulations. So just wanted to share that, and basically when I do go fishing, I don't keep a lot of fish. I generally don't keep more than 15. Most of the time, I'm happy with 6, and I don't really care if I keep any more than that. But after a nice day on the water, if I got to come home and clean 50 fish, that's going to ruin my day. So basically, 15 is my limit for the most. Generally, 6 is enough. I can have a nice fish fry, and if I need more, I'm going to have to go back out fishing, which is fine with me. Alright, just wanted to share that. Hey, thank you very much for watching, and be safe on the ice and have a good time there.